friends, and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I am so happy that you are here. Oh my goodness. So today we're going to find out what blessings are coming your way. I'm very excited. I love when we have blessings, and I love when good things happen to all my beautiful viewers and subscribers. So we're going to have tarot cards, oracle cards, and charm chips, which are kind of already there. So let's go ahead and close our eyes and inhale. Now as we exhale and open our eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. Alright, let's do this. So group 1, we're going to leave your charm chips for the very end so you kind of stick with me. I hope you always stick with me. So we have all these beautiful things. This is my oracle deck. It's one of my new ones, and you're also going to see other ones, so it's exciting. Let's go ahead and see what we have. So we have the grinding. So you might have, because this is a blessing, this is usually like, I would say, like working, doing a lot of work and everything, but I feel like time work, but I feel like you're actually going to be doing which is interesting. I'm actually almost feeling like you're going to be breaking down barriers, but like breaking down any kind of like grit or anything that you have to finish up, making all those obstacles or anything that, any pebbles that are standing in the way, and you're going to make them dust. So I feel like that's something. I also feel like if there's any kind of problems at work, you're just going to keep working at them, and then it's just going to be pulverized. They're going to kind of vanish is what I'm seeing. So for those of you who have trouble with work, that is what I would think. That's what I'm feeling right there. So it's like, basically I'm thinking of the function of grinding, whatever it is, whatever problems or obstacles, you're grinding away at them, and they're just becoming less and less and less until they just turn to dust. And you can just blow on them and they disappear. See what other blessings we have. So blessing for solace and hope. Yeah, there's a lot of hope coming because you are getting rid of all these things that are blocking your way. So that's beautiful. I also like that this is all about like the winter coming through here. So it does feel like winter. It's like we're melting, we're getting ready. I mean, we are in the middle of winter here in the US. But it almost feels, for me, it's like your time in being in hibernation is almost over. Your time where you're like, we're like maybe where we have those obstacles, where we're just working, and we feel like we're not making progress, is coming to an end. So this is like a thing. And I was thinking about this also. The color is like the blue, both like we have the third eye chakra and also with the throat chakra of kind of expressing ourselves. So that's important coming through. Our voice is coming. So let's look at the tarot cards here, and then we have more oracle cards coming our way. So we have Ace of Cups, so definitely like a new like love coming through, possibly, or like not necessarily just love, but something that makes us really happy, like an offer of like something that's going to make us happy, really filling that cup. I noticed here also that it's again, the eye here is like third eye chakra for some reason for me, like in really listening to that intuition. We also have the cycles. So it's kind of like the cycle coming to an end as well. And I do feel like that the end of, especially this end of the cycle of like hibernating, of being in the cold, I feel like now we're starting to warm up. To me, the Ace of Cups is always the summer card. So I'm seeing like the two cycles here. We do have the Empress, so beautiful, yes. Lots of creation coming through here. Creative. And again, we have astrological, which also like it has cycles, right? That's another cycle coming through us here. We have the butterfly transformation. We have the rabbit here, which is actually overcoming our fear. And the deer with being gentle. Very important. Like I really like this color because it's like there's a green color, so also connecting to our heart, and that's the Ace of Cups as well coming through here. We have the Nine of Swords, yep, and the Eight of Swords. So this is the energy. This is the grind work. This is the winter energy that we're kind of releasing, and that's what it feels like. We're releasing this. We're letting go of our Nine of Swords energy. Which, like I said, I think I moved up past it a little bit, but this card was just it was haunting me. It was just kept coming up and up and up, and I would feel it because it actually made a lot of sense. It's like, my worries, they just kept multiplying, and I almost felt like a little kid who had like a boogeyman underneath my bed. And what I did, and what I recommend, and maybe this is what we're getting here, is like actually shine a light on those fears. So I started writing out my fears. Like I started like just expressing myself, letting it become clear. Like, and then you know what? This kind of like, as long as, because what I felt was, I felt that Nine of Swords energy. I felt the fear, but I wasn't really allowing myself to feel it. I was more like preventing it. I'm like, oh, it feels really bad. And I wasn't even acknowledging that, like what was causing me to have that fear. This is very important, because as long as we have the fear, we are trapped. We are trapped in this Eight of Swords energy. And I feel like what we're seeing here is this blessing of solace and hope. There's a comfort here. There's a sense of us breaking free of all of this. So even though this one comes first and this one comes second, like this is 9 and this is 8, it always feels to me more as like they're kind of interconnected, because those 9 of Swords energies, the worries, the fear that we have are binding us and not letting us be free. And so this is important. So this is kind of an answer to like, I almost feel the blessing is an answer to almost a prayer for you, or like a wish. So a blessing of solace and hope. So we're letting go, we're releasing these, and now we have our beautiful work here, which is this Ace of Cups. So it's like a new beginning, a new stage in our emotions. We're almost like letting go of our thoughts, and now we're looking into our heart. And that's important because, again, like I said, the screen is really reflecting that to me here. It is really connecting about your creativity, being creative, but it's not just about being creative, but also like connecting to your heart, right? Very beautiful. And it's kind of interconnected with our third eye, which is, I really like this energy coming through here for you. Group 1. So we have a humble heart. Again, you see how the heart just keeps popping up? And I like this little house. It's telling us that we don't have to and it's almost like a lone standing. This is lone standing, but this kind of looks lonely, but this looks kind of cozy to me. It's like a nice little house. So have a humble heart. If you have a humble heart, you're just going to be happy. You're going to be things, like you're going to get more of these Ace of Cups, and you're going to feel that Empress. That I think the Empress has this beautiful power, but she is, like, in a sense, very humble. She's not flashy. Like well, at least to me, this doesn't seem flashy. It's more like she's connecting to nature. She's like, I connect to nature, and that's something that maybe you need to do, because look, this house right here is in the middle of nature. So have a humble heart. And speaking of nature, we go into the healing cards here, and this is like the fortune cookie cards by V Love and Crystal. I always like to say that. So allowing, and I do feel like this is beautiful. So we're allowing for this wish fulfillment, and it almost feels like also we're allowing ourselves, right? Okay, this reminds me of the grinding and how we're blowing away the dust, but here we're blowing away, and the wishes are coming through as well here with this. So I do like this one. I almost feel like we are allowing this shift and change to come through. Let's see what else we have. Oh, and for some of you, it's so fun, excitement, and meetings. And this could be a date for some of you. Maybe love is in the making. How exciting is that? Blueberries. Oh, really? Again, very kind of connected to that third eye chakra, and then your seventh chakra, crown chakra, but it also is all about healing and being healthy. Like blueberries are like, have a special thing for me. It's like they're super healthy. They have so much nourishment to you. So for me, like what I would say is like nourishing your heart is important here, and that's a blessing that's coming to you. And so that could be a date. Like this can kind of almost be like a cup here, or this could be a cup. So date for some of you, and for others it's just fun excitement with this new. It could be friends, it could be so many things. I love this? Oh my god. Let's go ahead and see what it is. To me, it's kind of signifies for me the Empress energy. So connecting to that Empress energy, we do have the Pisces, and so Pisces energy, very dreaming, but they're also very connected to their intuition. So this is what I'm feeling, like strongly connecting to your intuition. There's also this fulfillment coming through. And look at this. Isn't it interesting? Because we have this grind, and we also, this is the wheel. The wheel of, like the grinding wheel turns. It turns and turns, right? And it's, as it turns, it actually causes the grains to become flour, right? That's what we're doing. We're grinding. So you're doing that all the way. You're creating, like you're thus creating, as cycles end, as you end this cycle, it's like, it almost feels to me like like a lot of problems, a lot of conflicts out of this 9 of Swords energy and 8 of Swords energy, you're kind of finishing that cycle, and you're just going to blow the dust, and it's, instead you're going to get those wishes that are coming through as well. So I do love this. I hope you like this reading to group 1. Please let me know if you did, and please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I love having new subscribers. I love seeing comments and likes, and it takes me a little bit of time to write back, but I am very happy. Every time I see a comment, it just makes my day. So I truly appreciate every single one of you. I don't even know. I have a humble heart whenever I'm here with you. You have no idea. If I could, I'd give you all a giant hug, and just tell you how you make my day every day. So with that, I'm sending you lots of love, lots of beautiful blessings coming your way. I do love this so much for you. Oh, you have no idea. There's so much ready. You're ready to get rid of this and move forward to a happier stage in your life. I'm so there with you. Thanks again so much. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. I am so happy you are here with me. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. So we're going to leave these little charm chips for the end, so maybe you'll stick with me until then. But if not, it's okay. Right? I'm just happy you're here. However long you stay, I'm honored that you're here as long as you need. So the magical site, this is my oracle deck. This is my newer one, and let's see what it has for us. So we have the gift of devotion. And here, I do like this one a lot because I have the sun here coming out, and so I feel like almost feel like there's a new beginning for you. And now devotion could definitely be devotion to whoever, like higher self, your higher self. It could be to God. It could be to, like, I believe this is the dancing Shiva. So it could be to any of this, but I almost feels like when I see this, it's like kind of like a devotion to yourself as well, in terms of like taking care of yourself, and not only that, but it feels like raising your level. So it's a blessing of kind of ascending, going deeper into it feels like you're elevating yourself with this devotion, and I really do like this. Confidence is also coming through here with that yellow coming through. Let's see what other blessings we have. Blessings on a journey. So maybe you aren't, oh my goodness, look at that. And so we're on a journey, on our spiritual journey. So maybe this is something, a new level of understanding coming through, especially with your spirituality. So this is I would say that's what it is. We have the lily here, so it is a sense of purity coming through. Could be the sun, but it could also be the moon, and if that's so, then there's the balance of the sun and then the balance of the moon, the yin and the yang, right, of the coming through. And then I'm trying to see if these are like, what are these guys? They may be sparrows. So if this is sparrows, I would say, well, birds in general, I would think it's more like messages coming through you. I almost feel like you're connecting, like you're gonna hear a lot of messages, maybe even from like little animals, or from sources that are unexpected, like things are going to happen and you're going to feel connected. And I almost feel like things that you think are going to kind of be confirmed for some of you, for some reason. It's like, for me, it's like you're kind of awakening. awakening to your power and awakening like to, if you have psychic abilities, which I don't know, but I feel like you do, and awakening to your spirituality, going to a higher level. So I do love that. That's a beautiful blessing. Let's see what we have. So we have 8 of Cups. Okay, so we are ending something. It's coming to, and we have the Fool again. So it's the beginning, a journey. We're going to a journey. There's the transformation here with the butterfly. But this it does feel like, and here we have the Moon again. So it does feel like there's a sadness to this parting, right? To this ending, to walking away. And we also have the Death card, so definitely an ending coming through. Oh. And this is quite interesting here. So we have a sadness of ending, because the 8 of Cups always does feel like there's a sadness here, but it's something that we needed to let go. I do feel like it's almost like, you know, when you go to that spiritual path, maybe sometimes we kind of leave behind parts of ourselves, or maybe of friendships or something, not because of, you know, anything, but just because you're like, I'm like, you know, like I'm in a higher, like I'm in a different energy. I'm not even going to say higher, but in a different energy than I was here, right? So like sometimes we have to let that go. So it's like almost like letting a part of yourself go. Like really for me, it's more like a past self go. And so it is sad, right? When we go from who we used to be to who we are right now, there's a death of it, right? There's a sadness coming through of it. But it's also like a new beginning here. It's also like a kind of fun. It's kind of an adventure. This is a journey that's coming for you. I almost feel like this is something that you've been wanting for a while. And you're ready to do it now. It's a very strong thing here. I'm also noticing that this has the horse here, and to me, it just seems like there's that sense of freedom. There's a sense of freedom coming from this ending. So it was something that made you feel stuck. It was something, because it is the 8 of Cups is, you're walking away now from something that, you know, like it feels bad because it's a bit sad, it's because of the ending, but it was no longer, all those cups were now empty, and you had to move on to a next place. And look at this. I want you to see how we're going from here, and we're going to the Pentacles, to the Page of Pentacles, which I think is telling us something here. We're releasing things that are no longer, that are empty cups, no longer of value, and we're going to pursue something. And I almost want to say, from the cups, which I love the cup. What was I gonna say? It's like the suits of the cups, right? I do love this, but now I feel like you're moving away from, because the cups are actually usually signify like shorter time, right? Versus something like the Pentacles, which is more of a longer lasting, or like more grounded, I almost feel like. So you're headed from here to here, so something more grounding, something where you're still at the beginning here, because we're not the King of Pentacles, we're not the Queen of Pentacles, we're at the Page of Pentacles, which is fine, because we're learning about, I almost want to say, like I said, our own value here, our own, like connecting to our own spirituality for you know, for some of you. Maybe for some of you, it's also learning how it almost feels like to rely, you know, asking for the universe, and and then accepting what the universe is giving us. Like, because, you know, we ask for it, but most of us block the receiving, and I'm like right there with you. And now I feel like instead of empty cups, we have a whole, like a pentacle, like something solid. I do feel the peacock here is, I do like this, because the peacock to me is a sense of finding beauty. Like peacocks are just beautiful. If you see, there's a certain grace and elegance to them, but there's this sense of beauty. It's almost, I feel like finding that beauty within yourself. I really like this for you, group 2. Let's look at what other stuff. So to make time for fun, yes, that is that, right? The Fool energy. And also with this Page of Pentacles, this is also like learning. It's also all about learning. You're like having fun when you're in that learning stage. When you're in the student stage, you're supposed to be having fun. That's how you learn. We're not yet stuck. You can try different things, and what it's coming through here. So having fun. And we have the child here again. Look in the water, just having fun with it. I always like love to splash when I was little too. Let's see what is inhale. And when I see this inhale, I always think of like inhaling the sweetness of life, you know, like not a lot of people really appreciate, like take the time to take a deep breath in. And that's why I do it in the beginning, because taking a deep breath in, it's like you're tasting life, you're inhaling life, it's a beautiful thing. And with this lavender, it almost feels like there's a sense of calmness, there's a sense of just a real appreciation. I feel that it's like you are beginning to really understand. And again, with this purple, it's almost like you're inhaling what the divine with your crown chakra is bringing it in. Like whatever knowledge is coming through, it's coming through here. Inhaling it, you're accepting it, and that's that accepting. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love this. And speaking of like lavender, look at that. So awesome. Let's do this one. So beautification, reorganizing your life. Look at that. I do like this. And then again, lavender is strong for you. Maybe relaxation. Maybe lavender's calling you to it. And if maybe so, then bring it into your life, because it feels like that's something that is good for you here. We do have like all the flowers, noticing yes, stop and smelling, not the roses, maybe the roses, but stop and smelling the lavender. That's what it is, enjoying that breath here. So yeah, and it is that sense. Again, it's to me like a sense of really connecting to yourself here. This is all about that. Such a beautiful reading. I love it. So like to me, these blessings are so beautiful. We do have like making wishes and wishing like the lamp, so wish fulfillment. There is the 91 actually. So it is like, this is like the ending. This is like the changing of winds that's coming through. And here I usually play with this, but it's actually like you're saying cut, or it's like if the scene is over, you're about to take a new scene. So this is like you're starting off again into something completely new, and having fun with it as you learn more about yourself. I think you're gonna understand your value. There's a sense of growth, spirituality, but it's also that also leads to this more confidence in yourself. Like it sort of feeds on each other, and you're just going to see this transformation of you. But looking at it as a fun journey, not something that is like sad, but rather releasing things that are not really, they no longer serve you, but and choosing something that does, like wow. And it's just the beginning, and that's something that I like as well, because this is just the beginning. This is the blessing of just the beginning. There's more to come. So I do love this. I hope you like it as well. And if you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate you being here, sharing your beautiful energy, sharing your time, sharing your journey with me. It makes me so happy. I feel humbled every time. I'm just in awe that actually somebody actually watches. I love when people comment and like, and of course, new subscribers. I'm always like, wow. So thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, so much beauty, so much peace, so much, I really want you to feel that connection and get that confidence of knowing how awesome and like amazing you are. Until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my friends. Hello, group 3. I am so happy that you are here. We're going to leave these charm chips all the way to the end so that maybe you'll decide to stick with me. All the way to the end. But I'm just happy you're here. So I just appreciate any time that you do spend with me. But let's go ahead and see what we have. We have adventure coming through. So we have the gift, the blessing of adventure. You're going off into almost feels like the sunset. Like you have the clouds, but you're headed towards the sun or the moon, but it's shining here. So an adventure coming through here. Blessing of adventure. We also have the blessing on your health. So maybe for some of you, maybe a health adventure that you're having, or maybe you're just going on the adventure and you might find like health is improving. I do love the dragon here. So it feels like there's almost a sense also of protection coming through here. Oh, and look at this. This is a cup. So an Ace of Cup as well. Oh, look at this. And then the dragon's actually picking what would be grapes. Wow. So there's this is giving me so much different things. I love this. So I do feel like it is a blessing in your health, maybe. For some of you, maybe drink a little wine. I'm not an expert. Or some sort of like, it feels like fruits might be good. And accepting. I feel like this is the Ace of Cups for you. So there is maybe coming through here, maybe some healing for health is also accepting love coming through for some of you. So let's see what our tarot cards have for us. We have the King of Cups, so that makes a lot of sense. There's a cup coming through. We have 8 of Pentacles, so beautiful. Working, and then we have the Justice card, and we have the 6 of Pentacles. Look at that. Look at all that. Definitely a lot of abundance is coming through here. I feel like karma is going to be working in your favor in this time. It's almost like what you've been working for finally comes. And look at the abundance. You actually have more than abundance. Oh, and look at this. I love this. You have the scale here, and you have the scale here as well. So it is. I really do feel like all the work that you've been putting in is actually coming through here. But it's also, I almost feel like it might not even be the work, let's say, but maybe all the like good deeds and things like that, like good karma is coming to you, and it's well reserved. But look at it, it's a reminder to also like be sharing, be compassionate with others, like share, and it could, and here's the thing too, because that when we have this, it's like, oh, you're sharing the wealth, but maybe the wealth, your wealth might be, some teaching somebody something. It doesn't necessarily have to be financial. And I just feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like if you share whatever it is, like, like if you share, this is what I'm seeing here, it'll come back to you even more. So it'll be coming back even more. So share, like whether you share more wisdom, it'll come back. Share wisdom. I don't know why wisdom seems like that. It is like teaching something is important. Sharing that with that. It almost feels like sharing your gift with the world, right? Sharing your gift with the world will bring you lots of abundance. And I feel like good karma, which is I always welcome good karma. Yeah, I always feel like, yeah, we have this again. This is beautiful in terms of like working at things that you love, because you're so in, like this person's so enthralled that they kind of like, we have little spider webs here. We do have the little mouse, and then we have other things. But I do want to say here, like a little bit of a thing, because this is definitely a blessing. But also remember to give yourself, even if you're working and you're flowing and everything, allow yourself to go outside and enjoy the beauty outside. Maybe also like with the mouse here, like looking at the little details is also important as well here. So I don't know why that's just something that's coming through. But I do feel like that. I almost feel like here sharing, like I said, sharing your work with the world is going to come through. So instead of just being locked in here, but sharing it with others, that's important. So the King of Cups, and now I feel like this is actually quite lovely. But the King of Cups to me is like these all kind of go really well together. This one stands out. So I'm going to read it in several ways. So the King of Cups, it could definitely be your energy, which is like nurturing, also like maybe listening with your creativity, but like in using your emotional creativity. So like writing poems or something like that. That could be something that is coming through, because with the Kings, there's always some sort of sense of action coming through. For some of you, I also feel like that Ace of Cups, that is for the health. So a blessing on your health, right? And then, like what you could think about in health of like, a physical conditioning, which is, I totally agree with that. But for me here, it almost just feels like this health that's coming through could be your emotional health as well, right? So maybe I feel like that Ace of Cups is also being, so hear me out. Maybe not for everybody, but this is like a 2 of Cups for me. I'm making that with this one person has this cup and you have this other cup. And I do feel like that. So maybe for some of you, it's somebody who's very nurturing, very caring, that comes into your life, right? This may be an adventure of that. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be that they're friends and everything, but this is just, it feels like there's like a little spark there. So I do like this as well. I do feel like that's what I would say that it is. I did actually, sorry. I'm like, I want to pull a card for that clarification. So yeah, look at the sun. So we do have this. It's like there's some sort of fulfillment coming from this, like person, like a water sign possibly, but it just feels like I almost feel like this, when you're feeling nurturing, like accept the nurturing that somebody's offering you, accept that cup that's coming your way, because fulfillment is coming through. Like I said, it's like there's a karma coming here for you, like that's a good karma. That makes sense. Let's see what other things are coming through here. So have no regrets. Yes. Oh, I love this. So this actually feels like an 8 of Cups, and we are saying, no, we're not going to have any regrets. We're not going to have any of those regrets. We're going to go full on. We're going on this adventure, accepting this potential love offer that's coming through here, accepting this sun energy into our life. No regrets. So what adventure do you want to do? Just go for it. It's saying, like the cards are saying, go for it. The time is for it is perfect here. Let's see what other. Oh my goodness, yes, aspire. Look at that. We're going higher. We're taking that adventure. We're going to higher. We're going to go even higher than we even thought. Our dreams are getting bigger and bigger. Oh my goodness, I love it. There is no limit to your dreams. And that could even be, yeah, that's totally some accepting here. This could be your dreams here. You accepting your dreams and working towards them. First, and look how, if you do that, if you accept them and work towards them, we have the sun energy. So there's fulfillment coming through. Oh, I love that so much. Oh yes. Okay, let's see what other, oh my goodness. Enticement, intimate feelings and desires. And to me, I know this is funny, but it's also like, this is also like an Ace of Cups coming through here. I just feel like, even though it's not here stated specifically, I'm just seeing like the Ace of Cups. And this could be, with this one would be a 3 of Cups, and that could be friendships coming through here as well. And we see like all the flowers and everything. So, and I do feel like there is a joining here of the yin yang coming through here, the masculine, feminine. But overall, it's intimate feelings, but it's desires and excitement. There are enticement, but it also feels like, oh, and you know what? With the cone here, it's always like, enjoy it, right? Enjoy what you have. There's no regrets, because if you don't enjoy it, it's gonna melt, right? Isn't it better to enjoy the delicious cones of ice cream? I know I do. I love ice cream. That is my one, like, well, I have a lot of temptations, so let's be honest. I love sweet things, but that is one of my favorite desserts, ice cream. Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's talk about this. So we have the record here. It also maybe feels like for some of you, it's like you're going through, like you feel like it's, like you've been doing the same patterns, doing the same things, having the same habits, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's like a broken record almost. But you can stop at any point in time. And I feel like that's what I feel like these cards are telling you. You have a lot more power than you give yourself credit for. So I do like that. Yes, okay, so this actually says like, so it's replaying old music, old memories, going in circles, broken record, repeating old stories. So we're needing to stop this. We're gonna let go of this, right? We also have, I almost feel like this for me always like clarifying, looking at the details, and we're actually being told to look at the details twice here. We have the mouse, which really is a representation of looking at the details. There's something maybe that you're missing. Maybe you're not seeing all that you can see. Like maybe you're missing out on that Ace of Cups that's coming through in so many different ways. So it feels like inspiration that's coming through. So looking at things, going into the details of things is kind of very important here. So yeah, take a closer look. That's what it is. And I feel like, to me, that is all about, yes, lighting in the darkness. For some of you, this might be Jewish traditions as well, but it's the light in the darkness. It is. We have the light here as well, because, like I said, this adventure. I said there was like all these clouds, but you're rising above the clouds into the sun or into the moon, whichever it is. And we have aspire. So it's like going higher, going higher. And do not regret. Like, have no regrets. You're going higher. You're moving forward. And that actually, but like I said, it's all about with this. There's action that needs to be taken. Like, there is karma that's coming through with this justice. There's coming positive things coming, but you have to accept it. You have to be open. I really do feel like that a blessing on your health is actually your emotional health. You have, if you don't accept it, like, then then the blessings can't really get to you, because you're like, no, you keep shutting it back. No, accepting it, allowing all this, like accepting the adventure, aspiring forever. Look at this, a lot of A's here though. I also noticed that. So I do like this. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I totally appreciate every single one of you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful energy, your beautiful time, and of course, your beautiful journey with me. I am beyond humbled and happy to have you here. Until I see you in the next one, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, so many beautiful blessings, and lots of adventure and happiness. Bye-bye, my beautiful friends.